Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. I've got a big project going on. I'll be able to film some of this. Probably won't be able to film all of it. It's going to depend on who's working around me because I won't be doing all this alone. I have done it by myself in the past. Pretty much everything that you've seen here are things that I would do, but we've just got a lot going on. So we're going to have some people helping me on this. But in this room here, I'm just going to go over kind of what this whole project's going to be, and then that way you'll know there's going to be videos hopefully coming of some of these things. Again, I might not get to film all of them, but hopefully the majority of them, or at least parts of it. But I'm going to extend this header was put in a while back because this was in the plans so that we could have the ceiling separated, but this wall is going to get extended down and run the whole length, and then we're going to be knocking a hole in this wall to go over into a hallway, and this is going to become a hallway to a back door. This side over here is going to become a kitchen. You can see I've already got that roughed in, electric, microwave, countertop plugs, refrigerator, dishwasher, and then also have the rough plumbing in for the sink. And as we get out into here, which is where I'm going to be working primarily in the next little bit, this is the fuse panel that I pulled the wire in the last video. But this whole stairwell is going to be getting basically redone. I've already ripped out all the ceiling, all the old electric, and all the old fire alarm. It was a spaghetti factory up here of conduit, and I've rerouted the fire alarm cables up against the wall and up on top and through this concrete header. I've already pulled out all the old wire. I have all my new wire ran into the existing conduits to keep this stairwell lit up all the time. It's not going to be on switches anymore. But I'll be putting a new ceiling in here. I've got to build a header here to come down, extend this header to the ceiling line. I would like to gain some access here for the ceiling, but we're going to still be putting, it had ductwork in here is the reason why it was really so low to start with, and that's what all these holes in the block were from access for the ductwork to go into each room. But we're still putting mini splits system where it's one big unit outside running several heads like this. That's still going to be going back in. I'm going to have a lot of electric running through here. So even if I wanted to patch all these holes, I would only gain maybe an inch or two into those holes, and then I'd be out of room anyway. So we're going to stay pretty close to the ceiling line as it is. Again, I might gain a few inches, but it's not just this hole and this hole. It's everywhere where there's a door, and this goes on down. This is phase 2 of this project. There's a hole in the block in every location for the ductwork to go into those rooms, so it's not worth the effort just to gain 2 inches. I've got the fire alarm cable ran to here already. Long term, this is going to go down to what was a pool station. I'm going to fur this wall out so that I can get this inside of a wall. I hate the way that all this kind of stuff looks, so if I can get rid of it, that's what I'm gonna do. That's also gonna allow us to put some insulation in that. I gotta run power down here for lighting, for an exit sign. We're also putting in new tile floor, new stair treads, and I'll be able to show you kind of what the finished product's going to be. New ceilings in here, because I've already done this on another stairwell not too far down from here, so it will be pretty similar. And again, this is going to be new stair treads. We go up a floor, I'll be putting in a new ceiling in here. Have to take that down. We'll see what's above it. More than likely there's a bunch of stuff up above that that's going to have to come out, because I don't just tear out what's there. I always take everything down to nothing, because I don't like leaving stuff above an existing ceiling. I will probably change the grid pattern on this to put I'm definitely going with 2x2s. I'll probably swap it to where the grid runs through the center here, and then I'll have 2x2 lights, one here and one over here, so that I can access those lights from these landings, because the way that it is right now, because that light is bad, but to get to it, it's right over top of this, and the only way to get to it is to set up some kind of temporary scaffolding, or do something non-OSHA approved to be able to access that. So I always like to think ahead. I'm gonna probably be the person who services these lights. But even if it's not me, I don't want someone else, if I can make their job easier, I wanna do that. So then that way I'll be able to access the light from this landing and also from this landing. So this is the kind of floor that's gonna go in all these areas. And then we also have this, we're calling it the guest room. It's essentially like a hotel room for people that come by. But putting in a bathroom here, corner shower, toilet, sink and vanity. This was a bathroom before, it was over to here, but that left very little room to get into this room, so we wanted to widen that, so that's why we went without a tub and put a corner shower in. Then this is just gonna be basically a bedroom. It will get a mini split unit in it as well. So again, this is a project that is going to be going on for the next little bit. Might not be able to film all of it, but hopefully I'll be able to film some of it. But just wanted to let you guys know that that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm gonna attempt to be filming. And then I'm gonna go down here and I'll show you the other stairwell that I've already completed. And then that way you'll get an idea of what we're working towards. So this would be like the wall where the fuse panel is, but this be on the flip side. You can see the floor is done here. This is the header where I was talking about extending it so that way this ceiling can stay at this height, but I'll be able to bump this ceiling up because there's nothing that needs to go over here compared to what needed to go over here. And then that gives me more headroom for my stairwell to where I don't have to build this near as deep. Gives me a lot of room to be able to get up in here. These are the stair treads that we'll be installing. It's a rubber tread, and that goes up to, you know, the floor that will be finished. And then we also, again, have the ceiling here. Put in a 2x4 light here, but again, I'm probably gonna swap that down there and put a 2x2 here and a 2x2 here. I'll have the same amount of light, but it'd be easier to access. Didn't put this one in at that time. So then you get into, again, we're gonna finish the floor with this tile. Long term, that hallway that I showed you will end up opening up and being like this. And then we've got the ceiling and the stairwells. This will be getting done. Furred out this wall. Got the pool station, the exit sign inside of the drywall. And then again, that ceiling continues on down. So again, this is gonna be kind of like what the finished product is gonna be. So if you're interested in seeing into that, make sure you stay tuned for future videos, because this is what I'm gonna be working on in the next little bit. So if you wanna see videos that deal with this kind of work, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of those. And again, it may be hit or miss between me working on this project, because I'm still going to be doing other work besides this. This is kind of my project to work on in between work orders, in between service calls, in between other things like that. So, you know, but I'll try to keep this in a playlist and even pick a different color for my thumbnail for it. But again, I hope that this is something that interests you, and I hope that you look forward to watching some of these videos. I'm looking forward to completing this work. I always like this kind of work where start to finish, you get to see the end result. So again, hope that you all have a blessed day. Make sure and let me know what you think about this project in the comments below, but I'll see you guys on the next video.